Some people collect comics, some people collect high art, while others collect falsified passports and papers, which allow them to avoid detection by Interpol while crossing borders armed with heavily classified government documents. I'm Phil, in Toronto.
And I'm Eugenie in LA. It's true, everyone does collect, even Canadians. We've got Forrest Ackerman, well-known collector of movie memorabilia, John Kay, Ren and Stimpy creator, and
the New York Toy Fair with Spawn creator Todd McFarlane. I'm Nick in New York, and this is the Anti-Gravity Room.
John Kay may be well known for his work on Ren and Stimpy, but that doesn't mean we have to forget about everything he's done for the space program.
Hi, I'm John Cristofalusi. How I got started? I just drew stupid pictures when I was a little kid, and I continued to do so, and did it through school when I wasn't supposed to be doing it. And now I am supposed to be doing it, and so here I am. What does Spumco do? Well, you do cartoons, we do toys, we do all kinds of things that are bad for you but that are really fun. We're doing comic books. We have a comic book with Dark Horse. It's really bad for you.
It's just as funny as Ren and Stimpy, I think maybe a little bit more.
The best thing about it is it's uncensored. There are no network executives involved with it. There's nobody there to cut out your viewing pleasure. You're just going to have a really good time. But don't tell your mom about it.
The part when the dog takes a dump and then the little kid, he like shoots it back up his butt.
First comic book that I know of that had a dump coming straight out of a dog. But what happens after it is even more amazing.
This is genius here. This here with the dog here and the remote control. That's just genius. It is purely genius.
Okay, this is Jimmy the Idiot Boy. He stars in comic book. He's our mascot. He's really stupid. Jimmy has accidents all the time, too. We're always worried about Jimmy. In fact, we thought he might have an accident today, so we made sure that he was prepared. There we go. Because Jimmy's an idiot, he needs somebody to take care of him, because he can't take care of himself. That's why he has George Liquor. American! George Licker's a real manly sort of guy. He's like your dad. And he believes in love through discipline. George Licker was a character from Ren and Stimpy. He was their master. This is Jimmy the Space Idiot. This is what idiots are going to evolve into. This is a very advanced simpleton. You can see that he has anti-gravity moon nipple boots. Really, our big mission in life right now is to make our web page, figure out how to make cartoons on the web without interference, just direct to the audience, out of our sick minds.
Spawn was released by Todd McFarlane in the early 90s. In a very short time, it became one of the most popular comics and one of the most popular toys of all time. The guy with the blue hair went and talked to Todd about the success of Spawn. There's a reason here. I feel it. Is it me?
Okay, I'm here at the New York Toy Fair with Todd McFarlane, big Spawn guy. Todd, tell me a little about the Spawn toys you're releasing this year.
This is going to be a big year for us in '97. We've got the HBO animation coming out that's going to spread the gospel a little bit. We've got the big live-action movie coming out later this summer. And we usually have toys coming out again in spring, summer, and fall. And because we're going to have the movie line toys out that will basically replicate what you see on the screen.
Do you have any, future secret plans for TMP that you can fill us in on?
We don't really got that many secret plans, It's like, we're more of like, here it is, so you can catch up to us, So we've got a an extension of the Total Chaos line, which is an in-house line, just to see if you can actually invent toys with no TV or movie or any comic books, and just see if you can sell toys because they're cool. We've got the Monster line, picking the classic things, and then really, I mean, our big diversification really is our new relationship with the band Kiss.
Todd, tell me what went into making these Kiss figures. I mean, did you approach Kiss or did they approach you?
Somebody was asking me that, and again, I don't quite know the details of it. I know that a lot of it came out of Gene Simmons is a huge comic book fan, right? And he knows that I'm a comic book guy. He was looking for, another venue to basically get, spread the gospel of Kiss. And I just thought that they looked like superheroes up on stage, and two, they looked like toys. And better than that, they looked like McFarlane toys. I don't think any other company would have done for them what I think that we could do. That we'd give them all that little detail, and we'd paint all those little rivets, and we'd actually make them look like little mini statues again.
Awesome. Todd McFarlane, rock and roll all night and party every day.
That's right.
I'm Kate.
I'm Gabby.
We're from Luscious Jackson.
Naked I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye I saw, if I said it all, I could see.
Read comic books at all?
As a kid, I think the Avengers I read.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Last night I came into your home to break some ice and throw some stones. I asked if we could be alone. I had some troubles of my own.
I was recently, in the last few years, into Love and Rockets. I really enjoyed all the characters, Maggie, Hopi.
With my naked eye I saw the falling rain coming down on me. With my naked eye I saw, if I said it all, I could see.
A great comic book that I got into in France. My friends in France were into it. Is the Freak Brothers. And the Freak Brothers, and then they have the cat, Fat Freddy's cat, and it's great stuff.
All right, Luscious Jackson here in Ventura on the anti-gravity room.
Forrest Ackerman, the New York Toy Fair, and Seth of Palookaville fame up next.
Check it out. This week we're taking a look at Wipeout XL, the second installment of Wipeout for Sony PlayStation. Now, if you remember my review of this game before, I loved the game. It had a lot of things that I liked about it. It had cool ambient techno music, had great graphics, great gameplay. Now, every possible improvement you could have thought of making for Wipeout, they made on Wipeout XL. The music's back, except it's real bands. Okay, bands like Future Sound of London, Chemical Brothers, Prodigy, Underworld, Fluke, and Photech. And there's 11 tracks of that you can choose from. I choose Chemical Brothers, one of my favorites. The controls on this game are a lot better. There is an absolute new range of strategic and more explosive weapons, and you keep them in your inventory, and you can launch them on everybody. 4 classes of racing, 4 teams to choose from, therefore you have several different ships to choose from. And my only complaint is there's only 6 tracks, but the more and more you play this game, you realize 6 tracks is not such a big deal because there's so many different ships, so many different skill levels you can try and challenge yourself on. That's not a big deal because the game makes up for it. There are time trials, there's arcade mode, there's races, there's 1 against 1, you can race against your buddy. There's some secret stuff too that I haven't been able to find, like a secret ship, secret places to find, and this is a great game. Every single improvement you could have made on Wipeout, they made on this version, and it plays a lot better than the last one. The graphics are the same, again, the sound's great, the music's wonderful. There's High Blast, the Chemical Brothers. I have to give this 5 Gs out of 5 because they improved on the game so much. Wipeout XL just rocks. You gotta pick it up.
New York and space have a lot in common. They're both big, there's always something going on, and no one can hear you scream. Actually, they can hear you scream in New York, they just don't pay any attention. Anyway, with all that in common with space, it seemed natural that Nick search out the coolest space collectibles at the New York Toy Fair.
All right, we're here with General Ron from G.I. Joe headquarters. Now, what do you think makes these space guys so cool?
What makes them so cool?
Exactly.
They go into space.
Okay, I'm here with Neil Newman, a big VP over at Viacom. Neil, what kind of toys are you releasing this year?
Well, we have a whole new look for Star Trek. There's a lot of freshness that's been put into the line. So what you see is Picard as Locutus. This is the sensational Borg Queen.
Oh, detachable head.
You betcha.
That's sick, man.
The only way to go. And then this is Data, Borgified, as you see.
What do you think has been the biggest change in the toy industry in the last 10 years?
I think that people have been putting as much possible of value into all of their toys. There's sound, there's light.
A light-up hologram of our leader.
Yes, Lord Vader. I've reached the main power generators. The shield will be down in moments.
It's really quite incredible what they've been able to pack into what were just small plastic figures a couple of years ago.
How have collectors changed?
Well, they've gotten more sophisticated. And they have so much more to choose from that I think they really are more demanding.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I think he likes you. Down, boy.
Okay, you're going to have to stop that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Can I take a fleshy blaster, please?
Certainly.
They just want more. You know, they want more value for the money that they're going to put out.
You have to pretty much be from Mars to keep a big lookout for this Martian spy girl. Based on Tim Burton's girlfriend, she's gorgeous, and if you happen to find one, keep your hands on it and don't open the packaging because it's a collectible and it's going to be worth tons of money in a few years.
Have you seen the Martian spy girl, Jim?
Attractive, about yay tall.
Yes.
No.
Have you seen the Martian spy girl?
Well, that's a government secret, I can tell you, but I have to tell you.
She's mine. It's just what I wanted. A Martian spy girl.
Freeze, human!
Hey, man. If I buy a Mars Attacks figure now, will it go up in value?
This is privileged information.
Oh, okay. What about the spaceships? Are they made from fine quality plastics?
Too many questions, Earth Slime.
Hey, well, you're here on Earth. Are you gonna not invade it?
You are in danger of extermination.
Okay, man. Just please let me have the doll, all right?
Die, Earth Scum.
This just in. James D. Hudnall's Espers is coming to TV. Tim Hunter, director of River's Edge, is directing the pilot. Hey, Kiss Army, look for the new Kiss action figures from Todd McFarlane Productions. A whack of new alternative black and white comics are brought to the Image imprint by Jim Valentino. Watch for it.
Seth, Forrest Ackerman, and his movie memorabilia, plus Nick's hair falls out for your viewing pleasure after this.
Hey, what's up, my loving servants? I'm Nick here in Loungeland with Comicopia, my weekly chance to make up for what I did last week. First up, Deadpool #3. This series is a very cool take on a character that first emerged in the pages of X-Force as a scary villain guy. But this is a more relaxed, funny, Lobo-esque Deadpool. In this issue, Deadpool attempts to regrow a finger he has lost in a battle, and fun ensues. The art on this book is so cool. It has a cartoony feel to it. The writing is Tick meets Beavis and Butthead. This is a great read, and I give it 3.9 out of 5 Gs on the anti-gravity scale. Next up, Mars Attacks the Savage Dragon, 2 of 4. This is an awesome meeting of two worlds. The spoof feel to Mars Attacks with the dragon's classic heroism. This issue follows the Martian's quest to find out why the dragon's arms are so big. This quest somehow leads the dragon to shrinking down to 1/10 of his size and hiding in a woman's shirt. The writing is basically a Mars Attack story that just happens to involve the Savage Dragon, which is what makes it so great. The art, like the writing, is a hybrid of the two comics. Very cool. When two powers such as this meet, either comic history will be made or a world war will break out. Let's hope for the first. I give this 3.5 Gs. Next up, Daredevil 363. This issue is a classic Daredevil story. Our hero shows up to break up some crime and is greeted by a young female villain. Daredevil always had a way with the ladies. In the end, the villain gets away and Daredevil goes off to stop more crime. That's as classic as it gets. The story is great to read because no one writes simple villain-hero stories anymore, and this is one of the only places to get them. The art has a sketchy, dark feel to it, which is cool because the hero is supposed to be blind. I highly suggest you pick this book up if you haven't yet. I give it 3.5 out of 5 G's on the anti-gravity scale. Well, that's it from Loungeland. See you next time.
And now, Seth and his amazing collection of Charlie Brown paraphernalia.
Okay, welcome, and we're talking about collectibles. We're going to meet Seth, author, creator, and mayor of Palookaville, and I hear he's quite a collector. Seth, how do you do?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's start over here.
Well, let's see, what do we got over here? I mean, I have a lot of knickknacks and stuff.
I like the knickknacks.
That's just sort of stuff that's just for decoration. I love little novelty items. This here, the world's smallest wind instrument. You open it up, and it is a bean. A big joke.
They did that way back when, eh?
This was probably, let's see, what's the copyright on this? 1934. But this would be more up my alley of stuff I collect. Something like these old Gasoline Alley books. This is the work of an artist named Peter Arno. Now, Arno was one of the New Yorker's best cartoonists back in the 40s, basically. He had a very beautiful style, very strong compositional style, beautiful brushwork.
Now, why this stuff? I mean, really.
Well,
how come not Evel Knievel dolls and motorcycles?
Well, it's always pretty hard to explain why you would collect something, but I guess it's a pretty obvious connection when you're a cartoonist that you would be interested in cartooning. There's a charm to this kind of work that it's hard to put into words, but it's just something that appeals to me.
Well, where do you find all this stuff?
Mostly junk shops, Goodwills, bookstores. Occasionally I'll deal with a collector through the mail. Yeah, these are little nodders. These were actually the second Peanuts item ever released on the market. This will be back in about 58, with one set of dolls before these ones came out.
Okay, brother. Thank you very much for showing us some of your stuff.
Oh, no problem.
Seth the collector and author of Palookaville.
Forrest Ackerman has built up quite the collection of movie memorabilia. But meanwhile, on the other side of town, Phil lies in a ditch with 2 broken legs.
Yeah, right.
Hello, I'm Forrest J. Ackerman, known as Mr. Science Fiction. Been collecting it for 70 years and wound up with 300,000 things in an 18-room home.
You are the most infamous collector of movie memorabilia. What are some of the things in your collection?
Infamous? I thought it was famous, not infamous. Well, the robot tricks from Metropolis probably blown to bits in the Blitz of Berlin, but I had 2 chaps spend a year and a half and 600 hours and reconstruct her. And then I have one of the only remaining war machines from H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds.
When did you start collecting?
Well, I can tell you exactly when. In October 1926, at the corner of Santa Monica and Western here in Los Angeles, a little 9-year-old me was standing in front of a newsstand, and a magazine called Amazing Stories jumped off the newsstand, grabbed hold of me.
What is the strangest item in your collection?
Well, I have 250 different editions of Frankenstein, but in the 70 years that I've been collecting it, I've never seen another copy even advertised where they changed the title as the one I have called The Man Demon. And inside it I have the signature of the teenage girl Mary Shelley who wrote it, and a leaf from Switzerland, the chateau where she dreamed it up, and finally a leaf from her tomb in England.
Would you give us a tour of the Acker Mansion?
Yes, certainly. Follow me if you dare.
How long will you carry on collecting for?
Well, I just celebrated my 80th birthday. I have one ancestor who made it within 3 weeks of 100. So I hope to break the family record, sort of be the George Burns of science fiction, and collect until my dying day and possibly even beyond.
Mailbag, and we look at monster truck pulls from a feminist viewpoint.
Time once again to open the mail of our devoted fans.
A member of the Lindsay family writes, I want to be a host. I want to be the girl with all the cake. I think you lack direction. In showbiz, you either go for the host job or you go for the cake. You can't have both. Hey, stay in school, kid.
Aaron asks, tell me which sounds dumber. Samurai Pizza Cats, Homeboys in Outer Space, or Bone Chillers? I'm afraid you left out the one that leaves them all behind, that early 80s show, Manimal. Now that was quality programming. You can write to us at the Anti-Gravity Room, care of YTV Canada, Station C, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, M6J 3N1, or email to antigravity@ytv.ca. Don't forget to check out our weekly updates on the World Wide Web at www.antigrav.com.
Well, we've seen everything from Martians to old Pez containers. I guess you really can collect just about anything.
True enough. Is there anything else interesting going on at the Toy Fair, Nick? Can I get a mochaccino? Hello?
Well, we've all learned a lot about collecting today. And
I thought they stopped making these things years ago.
No, wait. That's his real hair. Nick's a person, too.
She traveled 500 years into the past, prepared to explore uncharted lands and lost civilizations. But history had a few other things in mind. See Roger Corman's time-tripping classic, The Undead. Today on Mystery Science Theater 3000. The psychotronic fun begins at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now stay tuned for The Odyssey. Sci-Fi Channel next.